you set up your paid search by yourself, Google makes it really easy for you to put a bunch of key phrases in there and put in your credit card, and voila, you're good to go. I mean, they make it so easy so that anyone can participate, but what you need to know is that the keywords you buy or the key phrases need to have advertising copy that match it. It sounds like common sense, but sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves as small business owners and just follow the bouncing Google ball and fill everything out and put our credit card in, there you go. If you're buying keywords like gold necklaces, gold earrings, and gold rings, your copy isn't going to just say gold jewelry. You're going to want your copy and your advertising to say gold jewelry. Well, if you're buying the phrase gold jewelry or gold earrings or gold rings, they need to match each other, because as web surfers, we scan versus reading. And if you buy a phrase, you are going to want your ad copy typically to have that same phrase in it, because the human eye is going to scan for what they searched for the most part. So the content in your ad copy is very important, and also your landing page. Google does measure success down to the landing page. They have something called the Google Quality Score. So let's say you're buying the key phrase gold jewelry, but your landing page is only about gold earrings. Google may not see that as a good match, and even though you're paying for advertising, that landing page is going to become something that Google evaluates to make sure that you're buying relevant advertising. That's a very important piece of the puzzle. So as a tip, you don't want to recycle copy. You want to make sure that it makes sense based on what you're buying. And so if you're buying best gold jewelry on the planet and you're buying keywords for gold earrings, gold necklaces, you don't want to necessarily recycle. You want to make sure that there's consistency, which goes into organization, what you need to know before you're buying paid search. You can organize your campaigns into campaign buckets. If you're selling handbags and jeans and all of that, you can separate them out based on the different types of categories so that you're buying specific groups and you're able to compare and contrast the success of each individual group. It takes more time up front to organize, but let me tell you, that little investment makes a big difference in the long run. Something else that you need to know when you're buying AdWords or Yahoo's paid search, there are different ways that when you put your key phrases in the little box when you're setting up your campaign, there's broad match, phrase match, and exact match. The broad match is if you just put a phrase in there. Let's say you buy the phrase gold jewelry. If someone types a search in that says, I want gold and silver diamond jewelry, as long as the words gold and jewelry are in that search query, your ad could appear, which could be good if you want to attract as many eyeballs as possible. The downfall of that is that you may waste a lot of dollars just getting, clicks and traffic that really don't make sense. The phrase match, if you put your phrase in quotes like gold jewelry, someone could say, want to buy gold jewelry, and as long as the words gold and jewelry are used together in that order, your ad will appear. So that can help refine the quality of searches. And then there's also something called exact match, and if you put brackets over your key phrase, that means that that phrase, like gold jewelry, will be the only thing that is searched on. There's also something called negative keywords. So let's say you sell baby food, but your company does not sell organic baby food. You don't want people clicking and going to your site if you can't serve them. So you can put into the keyword box negative organic, and Google will not show your ad for baby food if someone searches for organic baby food. These are all little tips and tricks that are all available to you at the Google AdWords Help Center. You just have to know how to do this. And it's not rocket science. Everything I learned by rolling up my sleeves and doing this. I just want to give you a heads up so that you make sure that you spend your budget wisely. And sometimes you want to ask for help. There's tons of companies that do search engine marketing. I encourage you to learn the best practices yourselves so that you're able to effectively hire the right people. There's a lot of companies, and they'll charge usually around 20% of spend, but every organization is different. Sometimes they charge a flat management fee. Sometimes they charge a setup fee, or they just take a percentage of spend. It can be a really effective way to buy search ads because you're getting an expert's opinion, or sometimes it may cut in too much into your bottom line. So you're going to have to effectively cost gauge what's going to make the most sense. But also asking for help, you can go to people's blogs. There's a great website called SEOmoz.org. It's SEO as in search engine optimization, Moz, M-O-Z.org. Lots of tips and tricks. And when in doubt, the Google AdWords Help Center will show you everything you want to know. Google has it all on their site. I'm the marketing therapist, so I always have to give little messages that help remind us to stay grounded. And like I always say, quick and dirty may be quick, but you always end up dirty. If you put a bunch of keywords into Google and you put in your credit card and you're in a hurry, it's going to turn around and bite you. You really need to make sure that you have a clear list of key phrases that you want to buy, that you have clear measurement success criteria, whether it's traffic, sales, leads, that you have a tracking system in place, and you've set up organized campaign groups, and your advertising copy reflects what each individual group has key phrases in. Also, you need to know your options. There are site-targeted ads, meaning that you can go, like we're in Santa Barbara, you can go to Google and you can type in Santa Barbara, and if there's other websites that have Google ads on them, you can actually hand select websites through the Google paid search network and hand place your ads on those sites. Or you can buy your ads for the keywords, which is usually the way that the majority of folks buy paid search. You can also buy image ads like banner ads. You can buy local ads, so if you only want to come up in your certain geographic location, you can do that. And you can target people based on the cities they're in. So you can only have your ads appear to people in Santa Barbara or in Goleta or Santa Barbara in general or Santa Barbara and Los Angeles. You just need to know what your options are, and you just learn when you set up the campaigns. You just click around and open up every little box and window, and you'll quickly see what your options are. Even time of day, you can target 9 to 5, you can target Monday through Friday. All of this is at your fingertips. This is what Google search looks like. This is a search for Plasma TV. I have ads at the top and down the side. If you're part of the search network, that's where you show up. You buy the key phrase, you end up on Google. Most people think this is it. But also you're included in the Google search network. So sites like Netscape and AOL, who are powered by Google search, your ads also appear there. Your ads are also opted in unless you uncheck the box, and this is really something you need to know, to the Google Content Network, meaning your ads could appear on other people's sites, and the ads are matched up to the different messaging on these other people's websites. This could be great for exposure, but if you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out what key phrases work the best, you may waste 80% or more of your budget getting clicks from ads from other people's websites, and you may never even appear on the Google search engine results page. In this, the Google search is where most of the clicks come from. So just be prepared that when you buy keywords, you appear here, you also appear here, and you also appear on the Content Network, which is something that could really work for you, but if you're trying to really conserve budget, you may want to turn that off. Paid search is an art, and it's also a science. You bridge the art and science of online marketing with smart strategy, and when you do that, you have healthy marketing, and that equals wealthy organizations. And it's not what we know, it's what we're open to learning. So continue to invest in your online marketing success, and you do that by learning and doing and growing and optimizing, and it's a never-ending process. I'm Lori Thomas on behalf of the Scheinfeld Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, encouraging you to dream, to plan,